Welcome to another brand new podcast by yours truly, Mr. McDougall. It's me, the incredibly sexy voice, and nice picture. No video, cause we're underground, baby. So, what I wanted to talk about is something I wanted to share with you. You see, people in general, and I think we're all like that. We like to compare things. We like to compare people. We like to compare everything experiences, books, movies. We never take them as standalone, so we always compare how this day was better than the other day, or how this movie was much better than the other movie, or how this book was so much worse than the previous book. Yeah, I know. Because you see, where I work, let's see, I have clients. Now, I couldn't be there for my clients because I was on a holiday. And now that I'm back, I was able to deal with those clients. Now, my supervisor at the end asked my clients what it was like. Then my client said, it's not bad. It's okay. It's just a little slow. You see, I wasn't slow at all. And I know I kind of answer. It might seem like I answer in a defensive way. But the truth of the matter is that they were comparing me with my supervisor, because my supervisor has a different way of dealing with our clients, talking, teaching, whatever you may call it, guiding. I have my own personal method of teaching. So to say that it was slow, on one hand, it was a low blow. It didn't feel that well. On the other hand, it's totally different, and my supervisor then told me. My supervisor told me, see that? See how clients actually compare you to me? This is why when you have a client, it's always best to have them from the beginning. Because people compare. They will always compare you to someone else. They will always do that. And I believe it's in our blood. I believe it's a bad habit. And it's a habit we should slowly try to get rid of. Because if we keep this habit, we can never enjoy another person's company. Or we can never enjoy a movie for what it is. We can never enjoy a book for what it is if we keep going back to the previous book. And it makes life really hard to enjoy. So, and yeah, people will always do that. And you might think, oh, I'm not doing that. But automatically, you always end up doing that. As I was on the plane, I saw a movie, The Equalizer 2. Now, I have seen The Equalizer Part 1 in the cinema. And then I heard, oh no, Part 2 is really bad. 1 was so much better. Now, I actually enjoyed the second part. And I didn't try to compare it to the first one because I loved the first one. Now, the second part Was it good or as good as the first one? Why? Why should a movie be as good as its previous part? Why? See how that sentence is actually kind of wrong? A movie has to be as good as its prequel, as you may call it. Why? Why? Can't it just be a good movie on its own? We don't need to compare a movie. The same as a TV show or an episode of a TV show. Not every episode is going to be that great if you compare it to all the other episodes. If you look at it from a standalone point of view, have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought of not comparing anything you watch, see, read to previous work of the artist? I believe that each work deserves its own individual perspective. Unfortunately, we keep comparing, and I have now felt what that's like. And I can tell you this, you will actually feel like shit. You will think to yourself, what did I do wrong? Or, hey, but I was good. Or, I didn't do a bad job. And then you might doubt about yourself. And you shouldn't. You should not doubt about yourself. You did the best you could, and next time you're going to do even better. So don't worry too much about people comparing you to other people. You cannot be compared. You are your own person. Your work is your own work. Your next work is also its own work. It should not be compared to your previous work. You wrote a book, it's been a success. You write a second book, people are going to compare. It's funny, isn't it, that most movies have these title screens and message from the producer of this and this movie. So now you will have you have gained expectations. So should we actually blame the movie or film industry for making us compare things to one another? Or this book, yes, from the writer of. Oh, it's from that writer, so it should be good. It should be good. No. You should criticize a book or movie on its own, not by its previous work. Everything is something that stands alone. And it's the fairest way to judge it. So I guess the message I wanted to give is that we have to find a way to stop ourselves from comparing things to others, because it's not fair. And if it's not fair, then how can there be justice in the world? There should be some justice. I know this is a very hard thing to do, but isn't that what's hardest that brings the most and highest form of reward? I hope you have gained a deeper level of listening, understanding, a new perspective on comparing things. Thank you for listening. This was your host, Mr. McDougall. Till the next podcast, I'm out.